Yo, yo, yo. So it's June 14th. I just wanted to give a quick kind of update on the trading. So the last video I made was kind of coming off April and some challenging trades, which put me in kind of a nice hole per se, and really kind of forced me to kind of take a step back and just really hone in on what are my issues and what are the things I'm doing well and what do I think I need to do to continue to have success, and I highlighted a lot of those things in the last video. And so I started doing those. I think generally it was kind of size down, be more patient, really try to only take the highest quality setups, be more skeptical on why trades aren't going to work, be very self-aware kind of your emotions and how they play a role kind of in trades, and then after trades, specifically losses, and avoiding overconfidence, avoiding kind of doom and gloom after losing trades, and just being okay with not taking trades, all those types of things. And so throughout May I was actually green, which was great, and then through the first 2 weeks of June I'm green as well. And one of the things that I did kind of after the last video was I got TradeZella, which is a trade journaling. And prior to that I had journaled a lot of my trades kind of by hand on paper and stuff, but the TradeZella is really cool. It highlights so much data. I love data, just in terms of like how long you were in the trade, what time you took the trade, what was your intended risk to reward, what did you actually get in terms of risk or loss or reward. It'll attach the chart to it, it'll attach the option that I traded to it. I can set up multiple strategies in there and tag the strategy or setup that I took. And it shows how my win percentage with those strategies, and my daily win percentage, my profit factor, my average win to average loss, like tons of data. And I scoured the data looking for just mistakes and areas that I can improve and stuff. And it's interesting because if I look at six, maybe seven, depending on how you look at it, 6 or 7 of my biggest losing trades of the year kind of cost me like $1,500. And so you take out those trades and our P&L is vastly positive. And so it's just one of those things. We need to avoid those trades. And the interesting thing is they came from a number of mistakes, right? One of them was, hey, oversizing. One of them was maybe forcing an idea and not realizing it's not going to work. One of them came from switching strategy or taking super low probability setups. One of them came from revenge trading. So all the things that typical traders struggle with, and so just really needing to avoid those. Otherwise, my statistics look pretty good. And so I'm excited about this kind of little stretch that we're on and really trying to just kind of stay in this. We're still kind of sized down a little bit and looking for the data to really prove to me that, hey, your strategy's working, your discipline's working, your discretion's working, your trade management's working. I would like to see the profitability factor go up a little bit more. In terms of like holding winners longer. My risk is fine, and I really haven't been taking, even on days where I'll lose a trade, the only way that I'll kind of take another trade typically is like if the same setup on the same ticker shows up, kind of on the 84% rule. But otherwise, I'll kind of just take the L and move on with the day. I really did get into trading because I love it, the passion for the markets. But ultimately to kind of give me time back eventually in the later in life if I can, be successful at it. But so no, just a quick update. Had some good trades, and then it's showing me, obviously my highest probability trades are kind of break and retest of previous day highs. The second best is kind of your opening range setup, and third best would be just kind of off key levels. I don't have a whole lot else to say. I'm really just trying to detach from the P&L, focus on the process, and just continue to get more reps in. I feel like another 6 months, I've come super far in the 6 months already, and I think another 6 months, we're going to be in a really good spot, and hopefully we're at an inflection point, but it's to be determined. It's one of those things where as soon as you figure out how to do something and what to do, the market likes to switch up on you and throw you some other curveballs, and life likes to throw you curveballs. And so I'm really just showing up every day, and doing the work to see the benefit over the long term. But positive update this time. It really has, the consistency's been there, the discipline's been there. We just can't lose that. And the market's still trending pretty positive. I will be honest, I still struggle with, the desire to kind of strategy hop. Oh, maybe I should do futures. I don't have to worry about theta decay. Or, oh, maybe I should do swing trading because we're in such a bullish market. Like, it could just be so easy to buy some contracts a couple months out. And, maybe I should, whatever you want to call it. And ultimately I come back to, I'm focusing on this one strategy, this one process. There's going to be plenty of time in the future to add other, tools to the toolkit. And I really need to get one edge and one focus down before I start adding other ones. And so, that's kind of where I'm at. It's genuinely not about the money at this point. I'm not using that much capital. Most of my capital is in, long-term investments anyway. And so this truly is just me trying to get better at the process. Ultimately, yeah, we want to make money and all that type of stuff. But right now it's all about the following the process. People talk about it. If you took a trade that wasn't in your setup and wasn't in your process and you made money on it, it still doesn't feel good. And that's kind of where I'm at. It's more about, and with losses too, like I'm okay taking losses that I know I took my setup. I'm not okay when I take losses on random ass revenge trades or low quality setups that I know I shouldn't be taking. So that's really what it's about at this point. And, maybe that's not for everybody. Maybe someone else is like, I don't care, I just made money, green is green. And that's not where I'm at. That's not going to benefit me in the long term. And so just building the discipline around the system that I have now, which I think is really getting a lot better. It's funny looking back, I just posted finally all these old YouTube videos that I had been taking, when I first started, because I started trading back in 2022, but it was off and on, and it was very just degen, slapping things, YOLOing things. Never really tried to learn a process or a philosophy or really a system, anything like that. And, the end of 2025, it was really trying to find that system, narrow it down. Coming into 26, felt like I had a general idea of what that, system was going to look like. And now it's just been trying to get consistent at it, refine it, improve it, manage my emotions and feelings, as a trader. And so it's been a journey, but I can see, another 6 months, another couple years, I think we'll be in a good spot. And so I'm definitely optimistic, and hope to provide another positive update in another month or two. But we'll see how things go. We're just keeping going.